How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Planescape Torment. We're on episode 13, which I just have a very strong hatred for the number 13, so I'm not all that pumped about. I actually got a comment saying I missed something relatively important in the mortuary. I'm totally fine with you guys chiming in with that sort of stuff. I want to make sure I'm not missing important things. Just please, if you do suggest something, please don't frame it in any spoilery way. So thank you to the commenter for making it just a nice, simple, like, hey, at this time there's this one thing where you definitely went straight past it. It's like an important bit of story that you missed. And now I'm seeing the door has been sealed. So I don't even know exactly how to get back into the mortuary. So there must be a way. I feel like I did it once on accident. You see a pale-faced dustman standing guard over the front gate. He's staring off across the city rooftops with a distant expression. As you approach him, he turns to face you. Yes? I had some questions. He nods and waits. I'd like to enter the mortuary. What is your purpose? I'm here to see Doll. He nods. Very well, follow me. Alright, fair enough. Easy peasy. Well, now I'm going to immediately run away from that guy before he realizes I'm definitely not here to see Doll. I'm pretty sure it was here at this altar, which I click on and it says, oh, it's an elegant looking altar. It's there. Oh, there we go. Okay, I must have never actually properly approached the altar to have Dianera pop out. Alright, so I absolutely 100% just missed that before. There's really cool music associated with this. I don't think this is just the mortuary's music. I think it's a specific soundtrack cue that came along with her. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker. Wait. Her eyes slowly open and she blinks in confusion for a moment, as if uncertain where she is. She looks around slowly, then sees you. Her tranquil face suddenly twists into a snarl.
What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you.
Her voice drops to a hiss.
My love.
This is insane. So, but there have been things that have said that I'm somewhere up in the range of like hundreds of years old. I've died and been reborn so many times. Like, this might be my lover, but it might be from centuries ago, you know? This might not be from my most recent cycle. Who are you? Oh, she's gonna be pissed. The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Oh, so we've been through all this before. There's so many times where I'm so frustrated by talking to these people, and they must be so pissed at me that I don't remember them and don't know anything. But it's obviously happened so many times that they're not like upset by it. They're just like, oh, you poor bastard, you don't remember again? Like, is this the fate of the Nameless One? Is it some curse, some hell that he just endlessly cycles through the loss of his memories? Is that going to be the end destiny of this game? Like, can I actually break this cycle, or is it hopeless? Am I just doomed to always forget? That's like the big question that's looming over my head with this game right now, and I'm genuinely concerned that might be the case. Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name, Dianera, must evoke some memory within you. The last time I leveled up, I put some stuff into Wisdom, which was also recommended to me. It opens up more dialogue options, which maybe it looks like it already has, and it helps you recall your memories more quickly. So I'm gonna try and invest in Wisdom more in the future. No, I'm sorry, my memories are lost to me. Yes, the name does sound familiar. I don't want to lie to her. I've like, I don't know if I've told a lie yet. Maybe one, but I usually keep erring on the side of truths. I think I feel the stirrings of a memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Deianira. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memories shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are the one both blessed and cursed, my love. I was talking about curses. And you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I had some other questions. Memories aside, and assuming death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I don't know. I feel like never being able to die is a curse that's terrible, especially if you've been alive for like centuries, never knowing what the fuck's going on around you. What can you tell me about myself? I don't even have a name. Help me out here. I just might never get a name. I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believed that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were. So many just riddles upon riddles. I feel like I'm not really getting answers here. And what am I? I cannot. She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hands lie the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. So I'm stealing the life force of people who die near me? Am I interpreting that correctly? Also, what are Dakon and Morty thinking? It looks like they're turned the opposite way, and I think that's just a weird coincidence of how everyone approached the altar, because I walked forward away and then he went to go talk to her. But really, it makes it look like they're just sitting over here talking to each other, being like, oh my god, is he actually talking to this dead ghost lady? Like, what the fuck? It seems like we're third wheeling it here. I don't really know. I don't know where to look. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know how close to stand. Do we say hello? Do we introduce ourselves? He doesn't even know his name. He doesn't know who she is. Is it awkward to introduce yourself to someone you don't know? I don't know. What do we do here, man? They're in a very awkward situation here. I pity them. As Deianira speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn giving strength to your bones.
My journal.
1,000 experience. That's like the most I've ever gotten in one fell swoop like that. And you know Deianira is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from your body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies you and intrigues you. That is pretty fucking cool. That is... Alright, to the commenter who directed me this way, I think his name might have just been T, like the letter T. Thank you. Thank you very much, because this is a super cool thread in the storyline. This is, like... definitely a significant thing that I wish I would have found on my own, but hey, I'm glad to have revisited it. So maybe it's a good thing that the way the game is set up, that you spend like hours in the hive. Other else I would have moved too far away and wouldn't have been able to come back. Note, you have remembered how to raise others from the dead. Holy fuck. Did I just learn necromancy skills? That's not where I thought this was going at all, but that's fucking awesome. To access this ability, select the Special Abilities button in the Quick menu. You can only use this on party members that have died in your presence. Oh, still, that's still like a huge ability to have. It will not work on anyone who does not travel with you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. I had other questions. What is it you wish to know? Who are you? Can you tell me who I am? Can you tell me where I am? I've already kind of gone over that. She doesn't really have much to say. It sounds like she didn't even actually know my name or anything. She loved me for who I was. So let me ask about you a little bit. The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to go down all this again. No, I'm sorry, my memories are lost to me. Then it is as I feared. I am truly lost to you, and what was once an inconvenience for you, you now have the excuse to discard me as you have my memory. Inconvenience? Discard you? I do not know you, spirit. My memories are no more. Tell me, who are you? What do you know of me? I wish I hadn't accidentally gone back down this line. I felt like I pretty much got to the apex of this possible dialogue tree. I think I feel memory stirring. That was the one I already said before. Do you know who I am? That's all I think we have to say for now. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love. And what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. Oh, well, maybe I am supposed to keep talking to her a little bit more. What could you possibly say that would be of interest to me, and what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims you, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across your vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and Gennaro grows quiet. Why are you suddenly silent? Has your ranting tired you? Why am I so rude to her all of a sudden? What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead of you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Yeah, tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. Save you? Like to resurrect you? I don't know, lady. You're a ghost. I don't even know if there's a body to resurrect you to, except for maybe like a shambling zombie. The price of such a promise is too high. I swear I'll find some means to save or join you. It's a lie. I will make no such promise, Spectre. Tease me not with the future. Speak your peace or be gone. Make vow. No, I don't think I'll make a vow, but I'll do what I can. Gennaro stiffens. She looks as if she was about to say something, then sighs in defeat. Very well, my love. As before, I shall have to place my trust in you. She closes her eyes. Wait.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time.
Wait for her to continue.
You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality. Given life and twisted by the laws of the planes.
So there's like 3 deities, 3 enemies that I will be facing?
You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
Oh, I thought the terrible sacrifice was just going to be die and lose your memories again, to actually lose what makes me immortal. So that answers my question of, is this game just going to end with me yet again losing my memory? It seems like this game is actually built to provide an ending to the Nameless One's story. Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Find that which was taken from me. I wonder if it's just the ability to die, like the true death. There's something like a soul. Maybe I'm missing my soul, so I'm just kind of like a husk of a human being right now. Die while I still can.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory? Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths. How long has this been going on? Centuries, I think. I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Oh, come on, you have to have some sense of, in the time I've known you, how long has it been? Can you at least answer that? Farewell.
Wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. Did you not see the ghost lady I was talking to? Is that what you and Dakan were talking about over there? Like, what the fuck is he doing? Maybe it was a bad idea to side with this, like, immortal zombie man. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That specter I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? Morty looks around excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the bear. Did you not see her? Nah. You just kind of drifted out there for a bit there. Stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone addled on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on. Oh, and away she goes. We were talking about her like she wasn't still just standing right there. We could have just been like, I'm talking to this broad. She's still right here, Morty. Come on. Well, thank you. Thank you for getting me to come back to the mortuary. That was absolutely worth it. That was pretty cool. Learned a lot of cool shit. Now I just gotta decide where I want to journey on to from here. Oh, I'm almost tempted to go back in there and see if I can find a needle. Bah, I don't know if it's totally worth it. There might only be like one needle in the whole thing. Needle and thread, I need both. So, maybe someday, but Hey, so I actually just took a moment back in the mortuary by myself here. And it turns out up on the 3rd floor, I went exploring around. I found a shelf that had another needle and thread. I still had some old embalming fluid left over. So apparently, even though I did get that one set of needle and thread from that zombie who's chilling down there, I believe, turns out there were other places to get it. Before, when I found it, I was like, hey, did I just coincidentally talk to the one guy who could get me these materials? Nah, it seems like there was other places that you could get it. And so while I'm here wrapping things up in the mortuary, I figured I'd talk back to Iveen and maybe get this dealt with. You see Iveen. She is still dissecting the corpse's chest with her talons. The rhythm of the talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what. Watch her study the motions of her hands. As you study the motion of Iveen's hands, you feel a prickling along your scalp, and then suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring, until... Oh shit, maybe it's a good thing I came back to this. This might be what my old lover, I already forget her name, I feel, Dianora? It might have been what she was talking about, that you get like visions of the future or something. As you're standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. The number 42 has been stitched onto its scalp. The zombie is laying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. What the shit? I did this? Oh, so that's one of my memories. It's not a vision of the future, it's one of my memories. I have to go find Zombie 42, laying out on a slab. Echo, keep these things safe and wait for my return. Fucking A, I got like a weird memory back. The memory of your voice is an echo, strange and hollow to your ears. You cross your arms in front of your chest, and to your surprise, the corpse does too. After a moment, its hands fall back to its sides, and as it does, the vision fades until you're watching Ivy's hands make their stitching motion once more. You've regained a memory. Memories can give additional experience points, skills, and may even lead you to gaining something else of value later on. Awesome, well I better go find 42 after I talk with Iveen then. Tap her, get her attention. She turns, sees you, and then frowns. Dum zomfies, she clacks her taloned fingers together impatiently, then makes a stitching motion with her fingers. Find thread and embalming fluid. Bring here, to Iveen. Go, go, go. Give her the thread and embalming fluid. 250 experience, sure, fucking A. Look at me, getting memories, experience all over the place. And I don't have to have that clogging up my journal anymore. Without missing a beat, Iveen snaps the thread from your hand and hooks it around one of her talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. Sounds like she didn't really need the needle. She then takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Wait. Within minutes, she is finished. She clicks her talons, then turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons across your arms and chest. It's not that I'm not flattered, but keep playing zombie. I'm not even dressed up as a zombie at this point. I never was when I met her. No, I'll talk to her. Looks like you got a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or? Stow it, Morty. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who write on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one bad shape, many scars, no preserves. Her talons suddenly hook onto the thread you brought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Let her work? Hey Max, HP permanently increased by 1. The sensation is curiously painless as Iveen begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she's dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. Let her work. This may be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Iveen puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with her talons. Done. Go, go. Leave. Well, I got one less thing in my journal there, unless that zombie 42's on there. No, it doesn't look like it. I got some experience. I got some bonus health. So I'm kind of glad I came back for that. 1 bonus health might not be worth a lot. I got 42 total. But, 42 total, and I'm looking for zombie 42. How peculiar. But let's see if I can find this guy. He's supposed to be on one of these slabs here somewhere, so I'll go looking for him. I guess it's not necessarily going to be on a slab, because that's just where it was when it was getting stitched up. So I just got to look around and talk to all these guys, I think. And then what happens if I find him? I'm just going to rip their chest open and take back whatever the hell it was that I left there? I'm still running around looking for 42. Haven't found it yet, but I came across this. The skeleton has either seen a great deal of combat or has fallen down one too many staircases. Both its arms and legs have been broken and rebuilt with the aid of leather straps and thin iron rods. The front of its skull bears the number 863, but the back of the skull has caved in, forming an empty cavity. You notice that someone has taken advantage of this and tucked a rolled up piece of parchment inside the skull. So let's see what kind of parchment this is. You slip the parchment out of the worker's skull. Oddly enough, it looks as if the skull cavity is intended to store messages. A tiny string is attached to the parchment from a hook bolted inside the skull, as if to keep the parchment from accidentally falling out. Unhook the string, take the parchment. You unhook the string and glance over the parchment. It looks like a reminder from one of the mortuary custodians. Judging from the note, the skeleton seems to be a walking messenger of sorts. As you take a second glance at the skeleton, you realize it is stopped in front of the slab because it can't figure out how to move past it. I'll leave the skeleton in peace and take a look at what this parchment says. A reminder, the rolled up parchment appears to be some sort of message supposed to deliver. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. If it has been misplaced, tell me and I shall go to the hive market and purchase one. I'm pretty sure I found one. I think I have it. Another thing that the same commenter said, hang on to your pry bar. Don't throw that away. I'm trying to bolts wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Some of the locks on the storage cabinets on the 3rd floor become stuck due to the heat, and I need a pry bar to snap them open as well. And that could be useful. I'm pretty sure I have the pry bar. I totally do. So if I come across some more locked cabinets while looking for this goddamn old zombie, then I can break into a few things at the very least. This container's locked. Here's my chance.
Forced it.
Bash succeeded. Ooh, 83 copper, bone charm, corpse fly charm. Alrighty. Thanks for the tip there, dead skeleton messenger man. The skeleton, number 748, according to the number chiseled above its brow, is odd only in that some of its teeth appear to be false ones, made of reddish-brown stone. They're clearly not valuable, however, as its caretakers would have otherwise removed them. Pardon me, have you seen any skeletons walking around here? I have to ask, why the smock? I mean, it's not like you have anything to be modest about. The skeleton makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Is it oddly sarcastic for the nameless one. Examine the skeleton carefully. Someone has taken care to bind the bones of the skeleton with leather wraps woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. The straps are secured to metal bolts punched into the skeleton's joints. I was wondering how they were being kept together. This is pretty cool to learn about. The skeleton looks like it has seen a great deal of service. Many of its bones are chipped and its numerous fractures are bound with sealant and foul-smelling glues. Try and pry out the joints? Whoa, Chief, that's vandalism. These bolts are probably the only thing holding this bag of bones together. Necromancy only goes so far with these old fellas, you know. So? Oh, I didn't want to cause any permanent damage. So? Oh, it's not a problem. Morty does a strange bobbing motion that you think might be a shrug. Just wasn't sure if you knew that or not. By all means, go ahead. Let's pry him to bits. Use your pry bar. You rip the bolts from the skeleton's joints. The skeleton collapses, some of his bones still twitching. Sorry about that, Bones. Oh, whoops. Absolutely sorry about that. But at least I got me a club. It's terrible. What a terrible fate. Another smelly skeleton. Examine him carefully. Try and pry him apart again. Sure, why the fuck not? And just another wooden club. I don't need another one. Sorry I'm ripping all these skeletons to pieces, but I just want to fucking find whoever 42 is or was. I'm starting to suspect that they're not 42 anymore, because I honestly think I've checked every fucking zombie in this place. So they might be a skeleton now and have a new number. Examine them carefully. Someone has taken the care to fucking rip them apart again. More wooden clubs. I don't need any of this. The skeleton turns to face you. 42 has been chiseled onto its forehead, and a number of its bones, mostly the jaw and joints, have been bound with leather straps, a black smock draped over the body. I think this is the corpse I had the memory about. As at the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest, and its fingers hook into its ribcage. Cross your arms over your chest. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides. The leather cords securing the skeleton's torso snap, and the ribcage folds outwards like a pair of double doors. Jesus Christ. Reach into the ribcage and feel around. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach inside the ribcage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Possibly a heart? Possibly my heart? Take the item out. Oh shit, what just happened? Oh, he's in like mid-death animation, I think. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates and the iron bolts securing the joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. Examine the item. It looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, as the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger, a handful of coins wrapped in a dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. Take the items and leave. And a wooden club. Well, I was actually hoping to get something a little bit more exciting out of all of that. Now I'm just stuck with all these fucking spikes and clubs and a bunch of shit that I didn't actually care about or really truly need. But there we go. I think I've finally wrapped up everything I meant to do in the mortuary. Who would have thought that episode 13 I would backtrack so far, that we would go back to the place where we spent, like 5 episodes up top, turns out I didn't even explore close to everything that the mortuary had to offer. And that's really making me realize just how goddamn massive this game is and how hard it's going to be to get, like... It's never going to be a completionist run, not on my first time through, that's for certain. So I'm excited to see what other things there are to discover, what else I may have missed. There's gonna be lots to see. Now I just gotta fucking get out of here. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.